In just seconds, a ship vanishes, steel bends, flames roar. This is no movie, it's real life. Out at sea, one mistake can cost everything. Welcome to Shipstorm TV, where we dive into raw footage of nature's fury, human errors, fiery disasters, and heroic rescues. These are survival stories the ocean itself wrote. Hold on tight. In Peru, the sea turned furious, with waves towering like steel walls crashing onto the shore. In an instant, boats were swept away like dry leaves in a storm. That raging fury reminds us, nature never shows mercy.
¡Dios mío!
Greenland, 2017. Imagine standing on shore when a wall of water comes racing straight at you. One fisherman barely made it out alive, snatched back from death in the very last second. Out here, survival depends on pure instinct and luck.
Oh my god.
Aboard the Viking Sky cruise, hundreds of elderly passengers saw their holiday turn into a nightmare when the engines failed mid-storm. The ship rocked, waves slammed relentlessly, and all they could do was pray. When nature roars, even the mightiest ships become nothing more than toys.
Oh, God. Oh, my God.
In Baltimore, 2024, a massive ship lost control and smashed into the Francis Scott Key Bridge. The sound of steel snapping echoed like thunder. Dozens were injured. One single mistake turned into a national disaster. In the Caribbean, a 65 million pound superyacht suffered a computer glitch and plowed straight into a luxury marina pier. Luckily, no lives were lost, but the impact left scars that won't be forgotten. Greece, darkness and heavy fog turn the sea into a trap. A cargo ship, blinded by night, slammed straight into the Everpost Bridge. One miscalculation, one missed light, and steel met concrete with devastating force. In San Diego, the SS Adventure Hornblower spun out of control, crashing into the crowded harbor. 7 people were injured. Chaos unfolded like a Hollywood action scene, only this time it was all too real. But it isn't just storms. One wrong decision is enough to unleash disaster. Mexico, Veracruz. A fireball lit up the horizon as the MT Burger's oil tanker exploded, turning the sea itself into a furnace. Flames roared sky high, metal twisted and sank. In seconds, ocean and hellfire became one.
Yun ang oil niyan. Hoy! Oh! Grabe! Init! Oh! Tama kaibigan! Sisabugan na po mga kaibigan! Ang mga drum na!
In 2018, off the coast of Corsica, a brutal collision tore open a Tunisian freighter and a massive container ship, spewing thick black oil across the water. The blue sea turned into a bleeding wound, a chilling warning of environmental disaster. Amberley Port, Turkey. A massive cargo ship slams into the shore, steel screaming as the hull shudders like it might snap in two. 15 crew scramble to evacuate in panic. One wrong move, and the harbor turns into a choking zone of danger. Norway, 2021. In raging seas, the M-Lift Hendrika suddenly went dead. Its engine silenced like a heart that just stopped. 12 sailors, trapped in the grip of death, until helicopters swooped in, lifting them away from the ocean's jaws. Angola, 2025. The massive oil rig Peron Negro 6 suddenly
courage.
capsized as the seabed collapsed beneath it. Metal screamed, the structure tilting into chaos. One man vanished, 6 were left injured. The ocean itself seemed to swallow this steel giant whole. In Pakistan and Turkey, towering sea monsters find their final resting place at Gadani and Aliaga. Metal groans, hulls crack, giants collapse like fallen towers. This is the last harbor of steel legends. Yet within the chaos, there are daring rescues and survival lessons we can never ignore.
Hancur, hancur, hancur. Bonus, bonus.
Stop, bro, stop. You look at it.
Welcome back to Shipstorm TV. Today, you'll witness luxury giants ripped apart by monster waves, terrifying collisions in raging storms, and breathtaking helicopter rescues. Every moment is real, every second is survival. Subscribe now, because the next storm could strike at any moment. Anthem of the Seas. Over 4,000 passengers trapped in a Category 5 nightmare. Winds at 150 miles per hour. Waves towering 50 feet high. Inside, furniture flying, terrified families clinging for life. And now, a U.S. senator demands answers. Why did the ship sail straight into the storm? The Queen Elizabeth battles the wild Atlantic, slicing through waves as tall as 10-story buildings. The camera shakes, voices cry out, "Look at the height of that one!" Every surge pounds with brutal force, testing steel, testing courage. Out here, the ocean decides who survives.
¡Es un huracán! ¡No me jodas, tío! ¡Se cae la botella!
We now enter the Drake Passage, the gateway to Antarctica, and one of the most dangerous seas on Earth. Winds howl at 111 knots, waves hammer the hull 9 meters high. The ship reels, passengers stumble, outer decks sealed. Here, survival is never certain. The ocean writes its own rules. April 2014, South Korea's Sewol Ferry, a 6,800-ton vessel carrying hundreds of students, begins to sink near Byongpongo. At 8:58 a.m., a desperate distress call is sent. Within hours, tragedy unfolds. A nation watches in horror as young lives slip beneath the sea. Bermuda, 2014, hurricane force gusts at 75 knots rip through the harbor. Mooring lines snap, and two giants, Norwegian Star and Explorer of the Seas, are hurled together in a violent collision. No lives lost, but steel bends and hulls are scarred. Even at port, the sea shows no mercy.
Everybody's scared to death. We got these captains up here, and they're going to hit us. They are going to hit us in Bermuda, right? Oh my goodness! No way! It's what's it going to do to us?
You survived more than the Bermuda bus ride.
I know.
Sawyer Glacier, Alaska. Suddenly, a thunderous impact. A cruise ship slams into hidden ice, sending a violent burst of water shooting skyward. Passengers gasp as steel shudders. This is the peril of navigating icy fjords, where even the frozen silence can strike without warning.
Oh! They picked it up. They broke it apart and everything. My God, Titanic 2.0. Oh my God!
Off Australia's John Brewer Reef, a desperate fight for survival. A small boat capsizes, leaving 4 souls stranded in open water. The roar of an EMQ rescue helicopter cuts through the storm. One by one, they are lifted to safety. A daring mission against the fury of the sea.
What's that? Stand him up!
In the open ocean, every second counts. A passenger suffers a heart attack aboard a speeding cruise ship. A CH-46 Sea Knight hovers, unable to land at 18 knots, flying sideways to hold position. Precision, courage, and split-second skill turn disaster into survival. October 2014, aboard Carnival Magic, fear spreads faster than the tide. A possible Ebola case forces a dramatic mid-ocean intervention. A Coast Guard helicopter hovers overhead, retrieving blood samples to rush ashore. In the vast sea, even an invisible enemy can spark a storm of panic.
There he goes.
Crossing the Irish Sea, the Stena ferry faces the ocean's wrath. towering waves smash against the deck, each strike a reminder of nature's raw power. Yet the vessel powers forward, steel against storm, determination against chaos. In these waters, resilience is the only way through. In the frozen frontier between Antarctica and South America, the MV expedition is battered by a force 12 storm on the Beaufort scale. Winds howl like a beast unchained. Seas rise like walls of fury. Remote adventures demand a price, the ultimate test against nature's unforgiving power. Every voyage carries the promise of wonder and the risk of survival. The ocean can dazzle with beauty, yet strike with merciless force. From towering waves to desperate rescues, every story is real, every second matters. Subscribe now, because out here on the open sea, the next storm is always waiting. Welcome back to Shipstorm TV. Today, get ready for chaos unleashed on the open sea, where steel giants collide, waves rise like monsters, and disaster strikes without mercy. These aren't just accidents. They're catastrophic moments frozen in time. Buckle up, because what you're about to witness will leave you breathless. A massive container ship collides with a tanker in the North Sea. Water explodes skyward, steel groans under crushing impact, and the thunderous crash echoes across the waves. Pure chaos, raw power, a heart-stopping moment you'll never forget. A Japanese vessel rams straight into an American ship. Metal screams. The bow shatters into fragments. Waves explode on impact. The chaos is unrelenting. The destruction absolute. And in this frozen instant, one truth remains. This is catastrophic. Off the coast of Portugal, a chemical tanker is tossed like a rag doll. Towering 30-foot waves slam the deck. Steel shrieks under unbearable pressure. Every surge threatens to tear it apart. This isn't just a storm. It's pure survival against the abyss. In the North Sea, colossal waves rip open a Greek vessel. Its hull shatters as desperate sailors scream over the radio. Chaos echoes across the storm. The ocean has claimed giants before, and with merciless certainty, it will again. The captain drifts past a giant safety first sign, irony in motion. His neglect sets the stage for chaos. One missed decision at sea isn't just careless, it's catastrophic. And tonight, that carelessness carries a deadly price. Metal screams as the vessel slams a hidden reef, its hull splitting open like paper. Seawater surges inside, swallowing everything in its path. This isn't an accident anymore. It's a countdown to disaster no one can stop. One crash triggers another. Ships collide in a chain reaction of chaos. Sirens blare, steel bends, panic erupts. It's a maritime crash bingo card, or as I'd call it, like Wisconsin drivers suddenly unleashed in Miami traffic. One second it's pure fun, then chaos erupts. Boats flip, kayaks vanish, jet skis collide in brutal force. Laughter turns to screams as the water claims control. What started as play becomes a desperate fight to survive. And then, madness on deck. A wild release tuna stunt, a prank gone wrong, disaster in seconds. Like I always say, that, kids, is what happens when you let your intrusive thoughts win. A perfect storm of danger and dark comedy. He struts in a sharp suit, showing off his brand new jet ski. Confidence at full throttle until the ocean humbles him in seconds. One slip, one crash, and his pride face plants harder than the waves themselves. A speedboat tears across the water, unstoppable, untouchable, until it flips in an instant. The group is thrown like ragdolls into chaos. At high speed, there's no mercy. The sea doesn't forgive arrogance.
चालू होती हो ना बत्ती बंद
Cut from champagne and laughter on a luxury yacht to the horror of a vessel capsizing. Overconfidence, I remind you. The fastest way to turn a sunny day into disaster. The ocean always delivers the punchline. Hello friends, this is Shipstorm TV. Out at sea, danger strikes when storms rage. Captains lose focus, or a single mistake ripples into disaster. Tonight, brace yourself for the most epic, jaw-dropping ship accidents ever caught on camera. Collisions, groundings, and chaos unleashed by nature's fury. Let's dive straight into the storm.
Hello.
Richards Bay, South Africa. Disaster strikes. The massive cargo ship Smart runs aground, tearing apart in brutal fashion. Waves smash against her broken hull as chaos unfolds. This is no ordinary accident. It's a jaw-dropping split at sea. Far out in the South Atlantic, the bulk carrier MS Oliva slams into Nightingale Island, one of the world's most vital bird sanctuaries. Steel groans, waves roar, and nature's paradise faces devastation. A remote grounding with catastrophic consequences. New York City, 2025, chaos on the East River. Mexico's tall trading ship Cuauhtémoc loses control and slams into the Brooklyn Bridge. Masts snap, sailors plunge, screams echo. Tragedy strikes with lives lost and many injured in this shocking maritime disaster.
Oh my God.
Canada's Welland Canal. Disaster in motion. A massive ship strikes with unstoppable force, sending a bridge collapsing into the water below. Metal twists, concrete crumbles, and stunned witnesses gasp. In seconds, a vital crossing is reduced to shattered ruin. Barcelona's busy port, sudden terror. A massive vessel veers off course, barreling toward the docks. Cranes topple, alarms blare, workers scatter in panic. Steel meets concrete with earth-shaking impact. An ordinary day turns into a catastrophic maritime nightmare.
Sana walang naipit. Hindi nag-stop engine pala, oh. Malakas.
In the deadly waters between the Philippines and China, the cargo giant RTS Pioneer battles a monstrous typhoon. Waves tower like skyscrapers, winds scream with hurricane fury, and the ship fights for survival. One wrong move means certain doom at sea. A timber-laden freighter faces nature's fury. Towering waves slam its deck as hurricane winds howl. Logs shift dangerously. The vessel groans under pressure, every surge threatening to capsize her. In this raging storm, survival hangs by a splintered thread.
С концы лопаться буду, смотрите. Охуеть! Ебанешь надо!
Off the stormy coast of Wales and into the treacherous Bay of Biscay, an oil tanker is hammered by raging seas. Waves crash over her bow. Winds tear across the decks. Every moment a battle to prevent catastrophe and environmental disaster. A massive liquefied gas tanker reels violently as a furious storm strikes. The vessel tilts at terrifying angles, decks awash, crew clinging for life. One more lurch and disaster could erupt. Fire, explosion, and tragedy waiting to consume the sea. In the open sea, chaos strikes. A fisherman is hurled overboard while hauling nets. Waves crash, crews scream, and every second counts. Desperate hands reach, ropes fly, as the raging ocean threatens to claim another life in its merciless grip. In a shocking collision, a Japanese vessel charges straight into a U.S. ship like a runaway bulldozer. Steel grinds against steel, sparks fly, alarms blare. An unstoppable force smashing through everything in its path. A catastrophic maritime crash unfolds.
はい、スティールライン体当たりしました。
And there it is, the haunting truth of the seas. Disasters strike from raging storms or human mistakes. No matter how advanced our ships, technology can't tame the ocean's fury. Out here, man must remain humble because the sea always has the final word. If you crave more breathtaking battles between steel and storm, don't miss a single moment. Subscribe now to Shipstorm TV, where the ocean writes its fiercest stories. Hi, hello everyone! Welcome to Shipstorm TV. Imagine massive ships ripping through towering waves. Then, in an instant, disaster hits. Steel crumbles, engines stall, and human errors spark chaos. But what happens when the ocean strikes back? Tonight, witness real footage of courage, survival, and the harsh lessons learned at sea. Real ships, real storms, real consequences. Our first case takes us to the Caribbean, near the U.S. Virgin Islands. An offshore supply ship suddenly loses control and crashes into a coral reef. The vessel managed to recover with little damage, but the reef was left scarred and vulnerable. A stark reminder, even with advanced technology, one lapse in focus can leave lasting wounds on the ocean. At the port of Inabolu, Turkey, the cargo ship Vamos faced a raging storm. Howling winds and furious waves tore its anchor lines, sending the massive vessel drifting helplessly before slamming into the breakwater. Fortunately, all 11 crew members survived unharmed. Off the coast of Morocco, the cargo ship Lavana fought desperately to survive. On its voyage from Uruguay to Lebanon, its engine suddenly failed, just as a violent storm swept through the Strait of Gibraltar. Helpless, the vessel drifted into the breakwater. 8 of the 9 crew were rescued, 1 lost forever. When machinery collapses and nature rages, tragedy can strike at any moment. Hawaii, August 9, 2025, the passenger vessel Discovery was suddenly lifted by 12-foot waves and hurled onto a coral reef near Koala Basin Harbor. Despite prior warnings, the ocean showed no mercy. The ship ran aground before being secured safely. A Chinese captain fumbles his commands, and in seconds, a massive container ship spirals out of control. Steel groans, waves crash, and chaos erupts. One moment of clumsy handling, and thousands of tons of cargo teeter on disaster's edge. In Argentina, a high-speed ferry rockets forward at over 30 knots until disaster strikes. With no time to brake, it slams headfirst into the narrow canal. Metal shrieks, water explodes, and in an instant, routine travel turns into sheer chaos. Experience doesn't mean invincible. A moment of overconfidence, or pushing a ship past its limits, is all it takes to unleash disaster.
Oh, emergency!
July 27, 2025. Chaos erupts at Marina del Rey, California. A luxury yacht, meant for leisure, suddenly loses control and slams headfirst into the seawall. Metal crumples, alarms blare, turning a glamorous voyage into a moment of sheer terror.
White yacht first crashed in the sailing boat. Now it crashed in the other motor yacht. I believe it's...
Boom! Boom! Hancur! 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 Bonus, bonus! Bonus, bonus, mau Natal! Itu boleh, ha? Hancur!
Qatar, a luxury yacht, suddenly runs aground. The new owner, inexperienced and unfamiliar with the waters, steers it straight into the shallows. In an instant, elegance turns to chaos.
பெரிய போட்டுங்க
இது 105ங்க.
Hawaii, a 94-foot yacht breaks free, drifting helplessly because of a poorly tied mooring line. Waves seize control, tossing the vessel like a toy. A single careless knot turns paradise into a near disaster. Technology can fail. Humans can slip. Preparation and meticulous checks remain the final line of defense against disaster. A high-speed thrill turns into terror as a racer is violently thrown from his boat. The ocean shows no mercy. In the pursuit of speed, one careless moment can cost everything. Proof that adrenaline often walks hand in hand with danger.
ચાલુ થયો ને બત્તી કોણ પી બારે
In front of hundreds of stunned onlookers, the massive cruise ship MSC Armonia plowed helplessly into the pier in Honduras. Nothing is more terrifying than watching disaster unfold in slow motion, knowing there's absolutely nothing you can do to stop it.
What is he doing? Oh my goodness. Honey. Oh my God, here we go. They're going to hit us. They are going to hit us. In Bermuda, right?
Fishermen battle for their very lives as towering waves and violent lightning crash around them. Each flash doesn't just light up the raging sea, it exposes the raw fear etched into every face aboard. A heart-stopping moment as a massive shark slams into the steel cage. Humanity may believe technology keeps us safe, but the ocean never bows to control. It reminds us, with brutal force, that we're only temporary guests in its realm.
Okay. Oh.
Look at the size of that shark, guys. It's over 13 feet. This boat's 30. He's almost half of it.
Collisions and groundings tell the same brutal truth. The sea shows no mercy. In maritime chaos, mistakes aren't just costly. They're paid in time, fortune, and sometimes with human lives. Hello everyone, welcome back to Shipstorm TV. Tonight we dive straight into the ocean's fury. Life or death moments caught on camera, deadly collisions, twisted steel, and human lives at risk. One mistake at sea can change everything in seconds. Get ready, the storm is raging, and the chaos begins right now. In the heart of the storm, small boats struggle desperately to survive. Lines snap, sails tear apart, and each towering wave strikes like a pack of hungry predators. The ocean shows no mercy. Walls of water rise, ready to swallow everything. Against such overwhelming power, human life feels unbearably fragile.
¡Esto es un huracán! ¡No me jodas, tío! ¡Se cae la botella!
In brutal 90-mile-per-hour winds, the Royal Navy trains with unshakable resolve. Waves slam the deck, steel rattles, and every step is a battle. This is no exercise in comfort. This is survival training against the raw fury of nature.
Clean the polars, bro.
miscalculation, and disaster strikes. The captain misjudges the clearance, and the massive ship wedges tight beneath the bridge. Steel screams, chaos erupts, and in seconds, the fate of crew and vessel is sealed by one costly mistake. Out of fuel, and the storm closes in. A desperate crew sends a mayday, trapped between raging seas and fading hope. With engines silent, survival hangs by a thread as rescue teams race against nature's fury.
Ngeri. Ngeri, bro.
A massive ship lurches sideways, waves crashing over the deck. Water floods in, alarms flare, and panic spreads among the crew. With every tilt, the ocean threatens to claim the vessel. One wrong move, and it's all over. Amid the chaos, a glimmer of hope. A helicopter hovers above the stranded ship, lowering lifelines to the terrified crew. One by one, they are lifted to safety, a rare victory against the sea's relentless fury. On the open sea, nature reveals its darkest face. Towering waterspouts rise from the waves, silent monsters stalking their prey. The sight is chilling, a reminder that the ocean hides threats beyond imagination. Head out without checking the forecast, and you're gambling your life against nature's ruthless power.
Look at that. Dude, look at the spin. You can see ribs, dude. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. This is the craziest shit on the...
Out of control, a runaway ferry surges forward. In seconds, it slams into the bridge with devastating force. Steel shatters, the impact echoes like an explosion, and chaos erupts as metal and lives are thrown into peril. A ferry loaded with 2 heavy trucks suddenly tilts. Balance is lost, panic erupts, and in an instant, both trucks slide off the deck, plunging into the river below, metal sinking fast while chaos grips the stunned crew. At the port, a docked cargo ship suddenly surges forward without warning. In seconds, it smashes head-on into another vessel. The collision tears steel apart, both ships crippled, leaving chaos, shock, and questions of human error or mechanical failure. A heavy truck rolls onto the ferry without a single balance check. Within moments, the vessel tilts dangerously, steel groans, and disaster looms. One careless decision transforms a routine crossing into a nightmare on the water. Not every moment at sea is terror and chaos. Sometimes skill meets playfulness. Watch this surfer pull off the classic turtle roll, slipping gracefully beneath a crashing wave. A clever move, a touch of humor, and a reminder: the ocean can surprise us with joy too. ShipStorm TV keeps the intensity alive, but also the fun. The ocean never makes mistakes. Only humans do. Every error, every careless move can cost lives. Respect the sea, prepare for its fury, and never underestimate its power. For more extreme moments and survival stories from the raging waters, like, comment, and subscribe to ShipStorm TV.